So, hello, Sagittarius. I am Luna Supreme. I am the High Priestess. So, Sagittarius, it's a new moon, and I made the video about doing your New Year's resolutions. So, did you do it, Sagittarius? I've been thinking about the Sagittarius, and I thought, yeah, I want, the moon. The universe, the divine wants you to state your intentions for the new year. Your New Year's resolution. So you need to do it. And I was thinking about, it could be some Sagittarius out there that's having a hard time coming up with their New Year's resolutions. And so what I want the Sagittarius to think about is, I get it. With the Sagittarius, it comes where, I still want to have fun. I know with resolutions, people think about being more disciplined, taking things away. You know what I mean? That does not have to be the case, Sagittarius. You can have fun in setting your New Year's resolutions. Today is the day for you to do it, though, because the new moon is happening right now. The energy is here. And if you tell, the universe, if you tell God, if you tell the divine what you want, it's going to happen. And it's something, honestly, that the divine wants you to have fun with. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I've been doing videos for the other signs. And when I got to the Sagittarius video, I'm like, I'm going to have some fun and do something different. You know what I'm saying? So I always have, lots of jewelry and other costumes and stuff. But I was like, I'm going to wear my bracelet for the Sagittarius video. Oh, so it looks so good on camera to me. This is like my first time really wearing it. And I wore it for the Sagittarius because, the Sagittarius energy, always wants to have fun. I actually have my moon is in a sign of Sagittarius. And the one thing that, I will encourage people to do is that when you're, just opening up to this astrology world, it's a lot of things, it's a lot of other people on YouTube that are pulling cards and doing signs, there's also places like on the internet you can go to and you plug in the time of your birth, the date you were born, the time you were born, and the place you were born. And then you're going to get your natal chart. You're going to get your astrological chart. And when you plug that stuff in, and a lot of stuff is free, just look around. It's like, it's going to tell you a lot of things. It's going to tell you when you were born, your sun sign. So the Sagittarius people, that's going to be, December, end of November. So, just off the top of my head, I'm trying to think, and I'm sorry, Sagittarius, it's like November, maybe, 23rd to, is it December 23rd to January? No, it's November 23rd or 2nd to December, like 23rd. Or 2nd. It's something like that. So, but that's going to tell you, that the sun was in the sign of Sagittarius when you were born. It's also going to tell you things like, where was the moon, at the time when you were born. And that's going to be your moon sign. It'll also tell you your rising or your ascendant. So that's kind of like the sign that the sun was rising to when you were born. And it's also going to tell you things like where the other planets were placed when you were born, Sagittarius, and it's a lot of charts, you'll just hear, like, well, Jupiter was in the sign of Capricorn when you were born, and so that's when you hear people say, oh, I have a Venus in Capricorn, my Pluto is in Scorpio. And so when you kind of do that research and plug in the time you were born, so the date you were born, the time you were born, and the place you were born, and you can get, some of these natal charts and your astrology charts for free just on the internet. And then that's going to, kind of help you. And to me, I think that's fun. So maybe that's a fun thing that you can do, Sagittarius. But the reason why I'm here today is to talk about the new moon. And remember, I was saying the New Year's resolutions. And I also don't want the Capricorn to think that, New Year's resolutions, like, people have to, like, stop doing this. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to stop eating desserts. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that. It does not have to be that, Sagittarius. It can be whatever you want it to be. You decide. Forget what society is saying. I mean, no, truly. I truly believe that, that the moon is actually, it was a full moon earlier, in January, and it's going to be another full moon coming up January 31st. So I just want the Sagittarius out there to know, just be on the lookout for that. And I'll be doing a video for that as well. But, I was just going to say that, even for me, when, we just had a full moon and it was in the sign of Cancer, which is the house that, the moon is, rules the sign of Cancer. But I mean, the high priestess was just, I loved it. She was coming out and I was so okay with it because, it's who I am. And so I don't let other people decide how I want to be and how I want to live my life. And I want the Sagittarius to do the same. Use this new moon's energy to help you break away from some limitations you've put on yourself, Sagittarius. Because, and I'm telling you, we all hold ourselves back. But, a lot of times it's things that's mentally that holds us back. But it's a Sagittarius out there that knows what I'm talking about. And what I'm saying is, oh, you're going to feel so good, Sagittarius, but you set your New Year's resolutions. And how about we call them your New Year's intentions? Because that's, that's kind of what I've been telling some people too. State your intentions to the divine, to God. And, tell him, tell the universe, tell it what you want to see and what you're going to do to get yourself there. So right now, I'm just shuffling the cards and I'm going to pull one for you, Sagittarius. Just the last little message. And you have, the 7 of Cups. And I have to say, I love to have the incense blowing in my face, but now my eyes are kind of itchy. And usually what I would do, Sagittarius, is like I would stop the video and then start back up. But today I'm like, you know what? Let's just let it roll. You know what I'm saying? Because this is fun too. I don't want to, make it hard. But the 7 of Cups, Sagittarius, is saying you have choices. You have choices. And if someone, wants to do some research themselves, look the 7 of Cups up. The universe is giving you a choice. And you can choose whatever path you want. That's what I was saying earlier. It's all up to you. No one chooses for you, Sagittarius. You know what I'm saying? You know, just where I can remember hearing, the old people, in the church where I grew up, and they would say things, and even like my grandparents, it's like you're born alone and you die alone, And I hope it's a Sagittarius out there that knows what I mean. It just means, and really what that means is you and only you decide what you want to do in your life. And each person has that right to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even when you have children, Sagittarius, it comes a time where you can't tell that your child what to do anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not a child anymore. They're an adult. So I hope this makes sense to you, Sagittarius. And just, I've just been telling people to make sure you share the message to other Sagittariuses and that you thumbs up my video and subscribe. So I am Luna Supreme. I am the High Priestess and Sagittarius. That is your message.